So Man City win. Finally. Arsenal drop points. Chelsea drop points. Liverpool drop points. Is Liverpool gonna actually start grabbing a hold of this title race and showing the other teams that none of you lot can get close to us? We gotta find out and wait and see, people, man. Welcome back to the channel, people. Then it's your boy Max, Blatant Red TV, and it is the wrap up. I know usually I'm in my house, sorry, not in my house, in the van doing this, but I'm still under the weather. I tried to get up today and go to work, but my body was telling me something different. So I messaged the boss. I told him, look, I need an extra day. He said, cool. I took the day off, but just because I took the day off don't mean to say I'm not going to keep productive. Don't mean to say that I'm not going to bring you guys the wrap up. I'm not going to make this one long today, but yeah, I just had to try and be consistent with you guys. But yeah, let's start with yesterday's game. Liverpool supporters still fuming about that game. I'm not going to lie. I'm more fuming at the performance more than the result, because I just thought the first half, we was shocking, man. We just kind of played. We allowed Manchester United to come to Anfield and kind of like not dictate play, but play some good football. Like, we can't sit here and be in denial and act like Manchester United, for all the points that they've dropped this season, you know, for all the bad performances they've put in, they actually came, and the Ruben Amorim formation or system that he's playing seems to be working. But I do think that's down to probably personnel, because I understand he was changing up Manchester United's back line, and I think this is the second game. I heard Gary Neville say that he's stuck with the same back five, innit? So maybe he's trying to, you know, have some type of consistency at the back. Ever since the Newcastle game where they were so open playing Casemiro and I think it was Ericsson as the pivots, they came to obviously Anfield with Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo as the two in midfield. And they played pretty well, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they could have even took the 3 points at the end, people. They could have had the 3 points if it was a different player other than Maguire in that position. If it was an Ahmad, if it might have been a Højlund, like, they could have possibly left Anfield with 3 points. And we would have been sitting there thinking, how the fuck, yeah, has this team come all the way, you know, has this team been so shit this season, but yet they've come Anfield and took the 3 points. And I understand, people, that because it's like a technically a rival derby, you know, form technically goes out the window. Like, us as Liverpool fans, for all the joy that we've been seeing on the slot, winning games and, you know, unbeaten at Anfield and all these type of things, on a derby day, anything can happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Anything can happen. So we should have known as Liverpool fans that United could have possibly came here, fired up, and put in a different shift. And that's what they basically did. Like, we had our chances, like I said, the Gakpo chance where he should have finished it, but he went with his right foot instead of his left. Then there was the chance that McAllister had, ball over the top from Salah, and it was just, you see, on another day, like, that would have gone in on any other day, but for some reason, Onana just, pulled off a decent save. So even in that first little minutes of the first half, we could have been 2-0 up. But after that, it was just like lapses at the back. There was a couple times when United, you know, Højlund beat the offside trap and got in one-on-one with Alisson, and Alisson pulled off a save. Then I think there was another situation like that again when it happened. So yeah, people, man, it's like, we Liverpool fans are the reason why United looked as good as they did. No, sorry, not Liverpool fans. I wouldn't even say Liverpool fans. I mean, Liverpool team, like, they made United look better than they actually are. With whether that was down to Trent's shocking defending at right back, whether it was just the front three not pressing and doing enough in the final third. Our midfield was all right, but Curtis Jones was non-existent really in that game. Gravenberch had these little moments like cleaning up an interception, but McAllister was the best midfielder out of our three. Centre-back Virgil was immense yesterday. Virgil saved and Konate saved Trent many a times. Like, you could just see how vexed Virgil was yesterday. Like, even he was looking around at his teammates thinking, like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, this team is here for the taking, and we're basically making these men look good. It's the same situation that happened last season, yeah, where we should have really fist up Manchester United, But Ten Hag came there with some, low block tactics, and then they left there with the points, just like how they did yesterday. But the only difference between yesterday's game is that we allowed Man United to basically, like, because of our sloppy defending, allowed them to get 2 goals. Whereas the game last year under Ten Hag, when it was 0-0, we peppered them, but we just couldn't finish off our chances. So yeah, man, it's just frustrating, people. It's just frustrating where Arsenal drop points, even Chelsea dropping points. And yesterday was a moment where we could have gone 8 points clear with a game in hand. So now we've obviously dropped points. It's just like, all right, okay, cool. Arsenal, that drop points against Palace ain't as bad as what we thought it was now, because Liverpool dropped points. But Arsenal still do have a difficult game coming up. So do we. Because we've got obviously a Carabao Cup in midweek against Tottenham, the first leg of the Carabao Cup. Then Saturday, FA Cup starts. We're at home to Accrington and Stanley. Then the following weekend after that, we've got a pivotal game. Nottingham Forest away. 8 p.m. kickoff under the lights. That is not going to be easy. Then straight after that, sorry, got a hiccup coming. Straight after that, we've got Brentford away. So yesterday's win was vital, especially the fact that there's going to be no Premier League for 2 weeks. So we could have been just sitting there looking at the table, 8 points clear with a game in hand. Now we're looking at the table, 6 points clear with a game in hand. But still, depending if Arsenal play before us or we play before Arsenal, I think Arsenal do play before us. So it's going to be Arsenal likely to be 3 points behind us with a game in hand. And then we've got to try and get a result away at Nottingham Forest. And that's not going to be guaranteed, people, because they are flying right now. Chris Wood is flying. The whole team is flying. So, yeah, people, man, it's a bit of a disappointing, frustrating end to yesterday's game for the weekend, man. It's just, yeah, man, it was frustrating, man, frustrating. But let me know in the comments if you agree with what I'm saying, if I'm obviously chatting rubbish. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And let me know in the comments as well if you feel that, like, that game against Nottingham Forest away on the 18th of January at 8 p.m. is of very importance. It's very important. Just let me know. Just let me know, people. But yeah, that was Liverpool. Let's move on to Arsenal. Again, they dropped points, but they obviously was 1-0 up. I think it was a Ranieri goal. Like, I see that they're starting to play that that 17-year-old on the right to cover obviously Saka's injury. But what confused me about Arsenal though is like, how come Sterling can't get a play? Like, shouldn't he really technically be the backup to Saka? Because he's got experience, he's got the pace. May have obviously lost the pace a little bit, but he's still a quality player. How is he being overlooked by a 17-year-old? That is crazy to me. But I ain't the manager, Arteta is, isn't it? Obviously, Arteta sees what he sees in training with the Ranieri, and he does look like a hot prospect. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they dropped points. They managed to, where they conceded a penalty. Like, what do you think about the penalty, people? Let me know, man. Let me know in the comments as well. Like, let me know if you felt that was a penalty, because it was a bit of like a bizarre one. Do you know what I mean? Like Saliba did go to try head of the ball, missed it, but then he kind of headbutt João Pedro. But I've never seen anything like that, man. I've never seen anything like that. So I can understand why some Arsenal fans, or just even neutrals at the time, thinking, raw, that's weird. I've never seen a penalty like that. But they conceded the penalty. Yeah, João Pedro went up there, took the penalty and scored. What a finish it was. And then after that, Arsenal did have a couple chances, but still, they dropped points. And I was sitting there as a Liverpool fan like, yes. You know what I'm trying to say? They've dropped points. Liverpool, go out and do your thing. And Liverpool didn't do their thing, man. But yeah, man, Arsenal, they stay 6 points behind us for now, And yeah, man, hopefully Tottenham in the North London derby, when we obviously play Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, that is, Tottenham can do man a favour. But right now, that's far-fetched, bro, coming with, looking at this Tottenham team right now, because these man just keep losing back-to-back games. So, and I think it might be at the Emirates, that game too. So there's no guarantee, man, that Tottenham's going to be able to do us a favour, man. But I guess we just got to just keep Fingers crossed and pray, man. But yeah, that was Arsenal. Let's move on to Chelsea. Chelsea dropped points again. Who did they play on the weekend? Was it Everton? I think it was. No, it wasn't Everton. There was away to someone. I can't remember who it was. That's it. It was a South London derby, innit? Crystal Palace. Yeah, Crystal Palace. But ever since Chelsea won that game and then it made them go second in the table, they just come kind of free falling right now. Like they haven't really won any games for a while. It's just been a few draws and I think a loss somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's right what Maresca said. When everyone's asking him, do you think Chelsea is obviously going to be title challengers this year? He said no. But everyone was like, wow, how comes? Like, what do you mean? They've got a young squad. They've got a big squad at that, where they can obviously rest the whole team in the Conference League. And then for Premier League matches, they're bringing back in their first 11 and whatnot. But you have to remember, people, man, there's a lot of young players in that team. There's no experience, really. It's not like Chelsea of old where they had one or two experienced men that know how to get the team over the line. This is like a whole brand new team. But yeah, people, as long as Chelsea stay away from... Because at one stage, I did think they was a threat. I'm not going to lie. I did think Chelsea was a threat. But these last couple of results that they've had are showing me otherwise, man, that they're not really a threat that we thought they was. So out of all the teams that's really chasing us, the only team that we should be worried about is Arsenal, to be honest. That's the only one. Like everyone else, yeah, it's not really hitting for me. Do you know what I mean? I was worried about Chelsea, but now Chelsea have fallen off. I'm more just looking at Arsenal, to be honest, innit? And can we keep a distance from them, man? But yeah, people, that's Chelsea. Let's move on to Manchester City. Man City, 2 wins in a row. Pep slightly seems to be getting the formula back. Even that, like, if we won against Manchester United, we would have had a 14-point cushion. Now, I think it's down to 11 points. I know that's still a lot for Man City to claw back. Pep's come out and said that we're not even thinking about the title, so don't ask me about no title race because we're not in it. But they got 2 wins now, people. If they get a third, what? And then say if Liverpool drop points. Say if Arsenal drop points. So, even though they're not in the title race, the weekend just gone was probably like a favourable weekend for Man City because Liverpool dropped points, Arsenal dropped points, Chelsea dropped points. The only team that won was Newcastle, that's in and around where Man City is. Obviously, like I said, they're obviously finding form again. And like at some point, you know, we do expect Man City to start winning games again, innit? Like, this team ain't going to go a whole season for the rest of the season not winning no games and losing, innit? You know what I mean? At some point, they've got to obviously stop the leaking. They've got to obviously start fixing up. And they've got to start scoring goals. And yeah, they 4-1 West Ham. West Ham, obviously, I don't know what's going on for them, man. They should just sack Lopetegui, to be honest, because every game they man play, they're just losing. Like, they got slapped up 5-0 by Liverpool, and then now Man City 4-1 them. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. But, yeah, man, I'm not going to spend too much time on Man City because, like I said, they're not really like a threat to us this season. They're still a threat in their own way, but they're not a threat for Liverpool and our title credentials, you know what I mean? And yes, we do have to go to the Etihad at some point this year. I don't even know when that game is. But hopefully by then, we've still got a decent cushion on them. So it's not like a game where if we was to lose to them, it's not really derailing our title, you know what I mean? But I don't want to go to the Etihad if, you know, the title race is blown open now and Arsenal are like a point behind us and it's like, yeah, we have to go to the Etihad to win. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather it be like we go to the Etihad, still in a comfortable position, and I don't want us to lose, but in a position where we could either drop points, to be honest, like a draw maybe. So yeah, people, man. That's Manchester City. Who else can I talk about? Should I mention Spurs or should I mention Newcastle? Because Newcastle seem to be that team now, innit? Because we dropped points yesterday, I think Newcastle on like a 5-match winning streak right now. So Eddie Howe's doing a good job right now. Isak's in the form of his life right now. Just every time this guy gets on the pitch. And you know when you look at Newcastle's team, you know, they got good players, man. They got good players. Like, they're not a dead team, bruv. Like, you look at Joe Linton, you look at Tonali, Grimaresh, you got Gordon on the wing. Then you've got like I said, Isak up top. The defense ain't that bad either. Like, they got a good team, man. They got a good team. And the way they just, I want to say they dismantled Spurs. It's just the way Tottenham play, and because of the fact that they're missing players, you know, they haven't got their main two players. They haven't got, obviously, I think, who else haven't they got? Like, you know, Maddison's not starting games. Son's not starting games. Tottenham are just that team to play against. If you play against Tottenham, it's going to be an attractive game of football, and it's going to be end to end. And you're possibly going to come out of that game with a victory, because Tottenham seem to just can't get a victory at the minute. Like, what is it? 10 losses at home or something like that in 20 matches. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's the wrap-up show for today. Join me back on the screens possibly tomorrow, because I don't know when our first leg of the Carabao is. I think it either might be Wednesday. I think it is Wednesday because we played on Sunday, so I do think it's Wednesday. So yeah, I'm going to bring the preview for that one on Tuesday, because I like to listen to the press conference and things like that and write down information before I jump on the camera and start speaking to you guys. So yeah, it's Monday. It's officially January the 6th. The festive period is over. So you should have taken down your Christmas trees and your Christmas decorations by now. And yeah, people, man, it's back to reality, man. It's back to reality. But yeah, man, have a blessed week, everyone. And like I said, look out for the preview for the Tottenham game in the Carabao Cup tomorrow. Until then, people, have a blessed day. Hit the like button. Show your boy some love. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Peace, people.